Hey everybody, how's it going? This is Darrin Goodman from GuitarControl.com bringing you this video lesson. Today I want to show you how to play a little intro for I'm Yours by Jason Mraz. We're going to be going over the chord progression and the little melody, little intro lead melody that goes along with this. So be sure to click on the link in the description for the tabs, and let's get close up and take a look. All right, so first let's go over the chords that we'll be using in this. They are all bar chords, so if you're like a lot of players out there, you might struggle with bar chords a little bit. So this will be a good little piece for you to work with to help you get those bar chords down. So there's three shapes that we're going to be using. We're going to be using the major shape that has the root note on the 6th string. We'll be using the minor shape with the root note on the 6th string, and the major shape with the root note on the 5th string. All right, so the first chord is B major. So we're up at the 7th fret, and we're going to take your first finger and we're going to bar all the way across all 6 strings. And then second finger is on the 8th fret of the 3rd string. Third finger is on the 9th fret of the 5th string, and your 4th finger is on the 9th fret of the 4th string. So that is B major. The second chord is F sharp major. So we're just going to take this exact same shape. We're just going to move down to where we are barring at the 2nd fret. The next chord is G sharp minor. So if we just take this shape and we move it up so we're barring across the 4th fret, and then just simply lift off your middle finger. That is G sharp minor. And then the final chord is E major, and it is the one with the rooted on the 5th string. So you come up to the 7th fret, and now you're going to bar. You don't need to get the 6th string now. You just need to go across the first 5. And then there's a couple of ways you can do this. How I like to do it is I just take my 3rd finger and I just bar it across the 9th fret of the 4th, 3rd, and 2nd string. Some people like to do it this way, where they're barring with their 1st finger, and then the 9th fret of the 4th string with your 2nd finger, 9th fret of the 3rd string with your 3rd finger, and 9th fret of the 2nd string with your 4th finger. But I find that not very comfortable or convenient for quick chord changes, so I prefer to do it the way I showed you this way. All right, so those are the chords that we'll be using, and that's the order that they appear in the song. Now, as far as the strumming for this goes, you're actually not going to be playing across all of the strings. So if you look at your tabs and you look at where the chords actually start in the 2nd measure, doing that B major bar chord. And all of this is palm muted, by the way, too. So for palm muting, that's where you're going to take this part of your hand and you're going to rest it right on the bridge, so that way you get that dampened sound. If you are not sure how to do that, or you're having trouble with it and stuff, I've done a couple of other lessons on palm muting, so check them out on the channel. All right, so it's one chord per measure. So on the like I said, it starts on the 2nd measure. So we've got that B, and you're going to strum just the 6th and the 5th string twice, and then you're going to follow that by strumming 6, 5, 4, and 3. See, it's got this kind of a swing to it. You got this. And that represents one beat. So there's going to be 4 beats of that. So you got, And then you'll move to F sharp major. So we just slide that shape down to the 2nd fret like we talked about earlier. Do the same strum. And then to G sharp major. So we move up 2 frets, remove our second finger, and then up to the E major, 7th fret with your first finger, and then, like I said, I like to bar my 3rd finger across the 4th, 3rd, and 2nd string, 9th fret. So that's basically it for the rhythm part, and that just repeats. So like I said, there is a little melody that goes over with that. We'll take a look at that in just a sec. So the whole sequence. All right. So now for the little melody that comes in with this, it actually starts before the chords do. So it's kind of weird that, you know, when you look at it on your transcription, the guitar 1, which is doing the chords, what we just went over, it doesn't start until the first beat of the 2nd measure, but the little melody line, it starts in the 1st measure, but it starts in a kind of an unusual place. So you rest on the first 3 beats, and then the little melody, the first 2 notes of it are 16th notes. So the 4th beat would equal 4 16th notes. So it's going to be, you rest on the first one, you play on the 2nd and the 3rd, and then you rest on the 4th one. So, like if you're counting it, you'd be resting 1, 2, 3, and then 4, E, and is how you would count that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, E, and then you rest on the So it's kind of weird. It's a lot easier just to play it and kind of get the feel for it. You know, if you once you've practiced this part, it's pretty simple to get the feel for it, get the rhythm, and the song is slow. It's 78 beats a minute, so it's like really simple to play along with. So that little melody, we start off. I've got my first finger on the 11th fret of the 3rd string, and I have my 2nd finger on the 12th fret of the 2nd string. And we're going to strum that, and we're going to slide up 2 frets. So our first finger will be on the 13th fret, and the 2nd finger will be on the 14th fret. And then you go back to the note, or the position you started with. So you got... So when you strum that, that's on the downbeat of 1 of the 2nd measure. And that accounts for 3 beats. And then you do the same thing on the 4th beat that we just did in that 1st measure. So you've got... And then we follow that with just barring across the 11th fret of the 3rd and the 2nd string. So it's the same timing as the other part, it's just that it changed, you know, instead of being this, it's this. So you've got... Then continuing on with the same timing, we come down and we do that same shape, but now we're at the 6th fret on the 3rd string and the 7th fret on the 2nd string. And we are going to slide it up a whole step again. But this time, we're going to come down and bar, but all the way at the 4th fret. So. And then we follow that, strum it twice, and then you put your 2nd finger down onto the 5th fret of the 2nd string. So that second sequence... And then just back to the original one again. And then that's where it would like lead into the verse of the song. So that whole sequence. All right, so that sounds really nice. If you've got a friend that you can play it, play that along with, or use a looper, or even just record it. Record it with the voice recorder of your cell phone, if nothing else, and then you can play along with it. It's a lot of fun. All right, so I hope you enjoyed that and you got something out of it. If you liked the video, give me a thumbs up. Be sure to subscribe to the channel. Leave me a comment down below if there's anything you'd like to see either myself or one of the other instructors here at GuitarControl.com cover in a future lesson. Anyway, that's all for me today, and until next time.